Hello, friends. My name is Stephanie. I am the owner and CEO at Ignite Fitness and Kickboxing. And we have helped thousands of people to change their lives through fitness, nutrition, accountability. We've helped them to find themselves on their own fitness journey because we all have our own fitness journey through lifestyle sustainability. And I'm super excited to be able to share some of that stuff with you that we have also learned along the way. And today, what I wanted to talk to you about is one of these amazing concepts called changing your eating environment. I have been guilty of this, and I'm certain that all of you have been guilty of this along the way, is that we either don't eat throughout the day, which is a lot of our struggles because we're so busy, because the demands of our job are so constraining that we can't even find 5 minutes a day to sit down and cram food in our face. And for the other half of us, we absolutely find the time to sit down and eat, but it truly is 5 minutes of where we're just cramming food in our face and we're scanning emails and we're checking our handy dandy phone, and we're on TikTok or Facebook or one of those other social media sites that, quite frankly, takes away lots of our time. So when I talk to you about changing your eating environment, I really want you to think about a couple of things. When I sit down and I eat at my desk, I have a certain environment that I'm in, right? And that environment is conducive to work. That environment is not conducive to eating. That environment is not conducive to cognizant consumption. That environment, when I'm in that space, really the only thing that I can think about is working or being on my phone. It's a very different environment than if we go and we sit at a table that is designed for eating. Now, let me say this. Excuse me. I sit and have for ages on the edge of my kitchen counter and work. Today I'm in my office, but oftentimes I sit on the edge of my kitchen counter and I work. And the edge of my kitchen counter has become something that I associate with work, not necessarily with eating. So anytime that I'm sitting at the edge of my kitchen counter, if I have food in front of me, I naturally associate that space, even if there's food there, with work. So eating and work are one thing, not separate things. So in this video, what I would like to encourage you to do is I would like for you to really think about how is it that you can carve 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, to sit down and eat, absent of distractions, by changing your environment, which changes your state, and really think about what it is that you're eating while you're eating it, and actually enjoy the food that it is that you're eating. So the reason that I ask you to do this is twofold. One of them is that whenever we just eat to eat and we don't pay attention cognizantly to what it is that we're consuming, we tend to either overfill or under eat, right? One or the other, as opposed to being aware of the food that we have in front of us and actually enjoying the food that we have in front of us. The second piece of it is really making certain that we are experiencing eating for what it is. How many of you love food? I love food, right? You love food. We all love food. It's probably why we all have these struggles. Excuse me. It's probably why we all have these struggles with making certain that we use food for what it really is intended, which is fuel for our bodies. So if we love food so much, how is it that we can't find 10 minutes a day to put down our device, to go to the kitchen or to go to the break room? Most companies have break rooms, and they have those break rooms because technically they want you to eat your lunch, right? Or have 10 minutes to have your snack throughout the day. They want you to be able to take away from that, from your work time, to do that. And oftentimes what happens is that we become so engaged in what it is that we're doing, we just don't think about what we're eating, right? And like I said earlier, we end up overeating and or under eating. And it's because we're not cognizant, and it's because we're not aware of what it is that we're doing. By changing your environment and changing your state, you adjust all of those things, right? By saying, I'm going to take 10 minutes I'm going to take my phone, I'm going to turn my phone over, or better yet, I'm going to leave it in my office. I'm going to move into the break room and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to enjoy my food. And I'm going to think about nothing but eating in that 10 minutes, right? So another interesting thing to do is this isn't just about doing it at home, or I'm sorry, at work. It's also about doing it at home. And I want you to do this experiment. I want you to go home tonight if you have a partner or children or family members that you live with or roommates, whatever it is that you live with, right? We all have different types of living situations. And I want you to ask them to sit down and eat with you. And I want you to watch them as they eat and think about this. Are they enjoying what they are eating? Are they thinking about what it is that they're eating? Or are they just putting the next bite in their mouth? How many times have you eaten something and gotten to the end of it and been like, I don't even know what that tasted like, and I'm not quite sure I remember eating it, right? I think we've all done that multiple times. I'm guilty right here. This girl right here is totally guilty of that. So I have to be really careful that when I eat, that I'm very cognizant of the food that I'm putting into my body. And I always ask myself this question at the end, when I get towards the end. Do I remember what I ate? And could I leave right now and go work out? And if you can do those two things, those are huge wins. So I challenge you, I ask you to take the challenge to make certain that you separate 10 minutes out. 10 minutes is all it takes, right? 10 minutes to sit down at your lunch, 10 minutes to sit down at your dinner, and to cognizantly consume what it is that you're taking into your body. And then realizing how it is that your body will naturally tell you, first of all, how much they loved that delicious food. And second of all, how much it enjoyed being able to determine when you were actually full or not. So a couple of easy tips about transitioning your eating environment and how changing it actually makes a huge difference in what it is that you're consuming. Maybe you only eat half of a sleeve of Oreos instead of eating a whole sleeve. I like Oreos, I'm not gonna lie. So thanks for listening in. If you like this video, make certain that you subscribe. We have lots and lots and lots of different videos that we have coming out. And I can't wait to continue sharing more of our knowledge with you as we go along. Thanks so much.